Good morning and happy hump day, folks. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Well, at the moment, I would say my low is, as a Cowboys fan, I'm very much aware of the passing of Larry Allen. The man you can make a case is the greatest offensive lineman in NFL history. And yeah, I've been seeing a lot of really memorable tributes from like sports analysts and former Dallas Cowboys players and really former NFL players. You know, this is big. I mean, to give you an idea just who Larry Allen was, the man could bench press 700 pounds. He could squat 900 pounds. He once tackled a player from the Saints who was returning an interception and almost scored. He literally ran faster than everybody else to get to that guy. And the man weighed like 350 pounds, or something along those lines. And he just suddenly passed away. Like, he was on vacation with his family and he passed away. Like, it's almost unreal. Stuff like that just doesn't happen. I don't know. It's pretty sad indeed. My high is I was watching America's Got Talent last night, and it was going great. Talk about a little bit of that in a second. Plus, actually, another part of my high is I was actually given a crazy, but an idea that's so crazy it just might work. I'll explain in a second. And my act of kindness was I held the door open for some people yesterday. Because I was, here's the thing. I wouldn't say hold the door. I was actually walking into a building where it was like sliding like doors. So there were people walking behind me. So technically I opened the door for like several people walking in behind me. So yeah, that's pretty good to do that. So watching America's Got Talent last night, saw a lot of really cool acts. Like that one 5-year-old that was just like, seriously, that 5-year-old was playing drums better than like most adults can. That's insane. There was a few dance groups that came on. They were awesome. There was one couple that got buzzed off that I actually did like. It was this couple that was like riding a unicycle. There were these there was this one group called the Hakuna Matata dancers, which, come on man, you call yourselves Hakuna Matata. I'm gonna pay attention to that. And they're like doing this crazy balancing act. It was unbelievable. It was great. My one regret is for whatever reason, I think it's just a change in weather. It's the change in weather due to the fact, like, it's getting hotter out, it's getting warmer out, and, like, I am just getting drowsier by the day. Because it was, like, 10 o'clock at night, and I immediately just want to go to bed. I mean, that's when I should go to bed. But it's been a long time since I felt the urge to just simply fall asleep like that. So, yeah. So, there's that. So anyway, regarding that idea I just had, I was told yesterday that's so crazy this might work. So, for those of you guys who don't know, I am looking for, like, a different job to do. And, I mean, obviously I would still be doing videos. Just, you know, I have a life outside of this, obviously. So, I was actually told something very interesting yesterday that I can't, because I've literally been out of college for 11 years now. And it weirds me out, like, in that entire time, no one thought of this as an idea for me. I mean, in a way, I guess I kind of see why, because I never really expressed any interest in doing this. Not to mention, on the one hand, there are parts of this idea that really make no sense whatsoever. But the point is, I have a bachelor's degree. I could be a substitute teacher. Yeah, like, how did that not occur to me? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it didn't occur to me. One of which being, you know, in this day and age, you know, you either become a teacher or you don't. Not to mention, you know, when it comes to, say, let's say for the sake of argument, you want to, like, coach high school teams. They'll go to teachers a lot more than they'll go to actual, well, because, you know, the teachers would be qualified because they probably did those sports. But still, they'd go to teachers before they would go to, you know, someone who's a non-teacher like me. I mean, don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of instances I've seen of, like, non-teachers being high school sports coaches. I mean, back when I was in high school, the wrestling coach at Johnson City's a dentist. Yeah, he's a dentist. And at the time, Johnson City was, like, one of the best wrestling high schools in the state of New York. Now, Horseheads is. Anyway, so, yeah, in some ways, it didn't really make much sense for me to think about being a teacher. Just a teacher, though. A substitute teacher, on the other hand, I mean, that's another thing, too. Like, and the person who suggested this to me, I actually was taken a little back slightly, simply because, you know, I know nothing about, like, setting up a lesson plan or, like, communicating with kids, or, you know, I have no idea what the kids would be learning at that time. And not to mention, it's June in the state of New York. School is nigh over. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the schools are getting out, like, this week. So, being a substitute teacher, there'd be no need for that. Yeah, summer's literally right around the corner. Why would anyone want a substitute teacher? I mean, here's the thing. If I was a teacher, like just a regular teacher, and I really was engrossed in my job, and, like, something were to happen to me that I couldn't see the rest of the year and see, you know, students walk out of the classroom for the last time, I'd be pretty sad. So I'm pretty sure with, like, not even a week and a half to go at best, with students literally about to leave for the summer, there's not going to be any need for substitute teachers. I mean, yes, I could definitely lay the groundwork for, you know, I mean, listen, the thing about summer vacation is, it's long. Like, really long. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a lot longer than most people think. We don't notice it because it actually like, when we're enjoying it, it flies by really quickly. If for whatever reason you're not enjoying it, it's pretty slow. Point is, there'd be plenty of time for me to, you know, lay some kind of foundation to, you know, work at it wouldn't be high school. I mean, it really could be any school, really. It could be elementary school, it could be intermediate school, it could be middle school, or high school. Any of those things. And the person who was giving me this idea said, and I literally said to this person, again, I wouldn't know the first thing about coming up with a lesson plan or anything like that. And she said, that's the beautiful thing about being a substitute teacher. For the most part, all the work is, laid out in front of you. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some things that she didn't mention, probably because she forgot, or maybe, each classroom is different. But there'd be some, because, I had substitute teachers before when I was in school, sure. In fact, pretty much the entire time I took biology in high school, I had a substitute teacher. Because the teacher I was supposed to have, I believe, was battling cancer or something. She's clean now, so she's all clear, cancer-free. That's cool. Point is, the entire time this teacher was gone, so I had a sub. And this sub wound up being so well liked by everybody that, keep in mind, this guy actually was qualified to be a teacher, so it was pretty simple. It was pretty easy to see how literally after the summer, because I took biology in the spring, and therefore, by the time we got to the fall, this guy was already made a full-fledged teacher. So that's really cool. I mean, I don't think I would get that kind of recognition. In fact, again, my bachelor's was in health sciences. I really wouldn't do much in the realm of, teaching students, even if I am being a substitute teacher. I mean, again, as a substitute teacher, for the most part, the groundwork is already set up for you. Just, take attendance and, whatever the lesson plan is, follow whatever it is the kids are learning, or maybe sometimes it won't even be that way. Maybe they have to take a test and all you have to do is sit down and watch and make sure nothing goes wrong. Or maybe sometimes it gets really cool and you have to watch a movie. That's really cool. Put a movie for kids. Oh, let's be honest, if it's a movie for kids to watch, chances are it's going to be like in elementary school. Which, I mean, I don't mind watching movies. That's cool. There's some movies I saw in high school, sure. So, yeah. Being a substitute teacher is probably it's open to a lot of interpretation as to how your day could go. And, I mean, yeah, I know there are some cons being a substitute teacher. I mean, obviously, you're only needed for as long as you're needed for. And then, once, the teacher comes back from being sick or whatever, that's it. So, again, it's temporary. But the more I thought about it, the more I couldn't help but smile. Because that actually sounds like a good idea. I mean, for me. Again, I don't have any qualifications to become a teacher. No way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love kids are the future, and, obviously as a teacher, I'd make sure, students would be, well behaved and listen, but also, enjoy their day, of course. I mean, I literally say in every day I've ever done, I hope everyone enjoys their day, so obviously I'd make sure nothing bad happens. But, I mean, the reason why is, it's kind of the same reason why I'm not, working in a hospital right now. Because I know I would do a good job. It's just my bedside manner isn't really that great. If I see a student feeling sad or something, and obviously they want to look for advice, I mean, what advice am I going to give? Again, there's a whole lot of variables to consider regarding being a substitute teacher. But I can genuinely see the pros outweigh the cons in a big way. And, I mean, listen, school year's almost over. So, even if I wanted to, go and say, hey, listen, are you looking for substitute teachers? I can do it. Chances are I wouldn't get any bites at all. Not to mention, because here's the thing, just because I be a substitute teacher doesn't necessarily mean I go to, listen, I graduated from Horstead, I'm the product of the Horstead School District. My first and number one overall choice would be to be a substitute teacher in the Horstead School District. I also currently live in Elmira, which is literally next door to Horstead. So that's another top pick for me to where I go. And I work in Corning every day, so honestly it would just be a matter of who, what, when, where, and why in terms of me actually being a substitute teacher. And maybe I'm being a prisoner of the moment, but this really does sound like a good idea. Again, I'm sure at some point I'm going to lose interest. I'm sure maybe, again, prisoner of the moment. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, or maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, I did think about being a substitute teacher, didn't I? So, again, it's a really neat idea, and were it not for the fact that the school year is almost over, I would genuinely look into it a little bit more. So, again, it's a neat idea. And, again, summer's only barely begun. There's plenty of time for me to lay some kind of foundation. What do you guys think? Think I make for a good substitute teacher? I don't know. Hope y'all like this video. Like, subscribe, you can share them on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video. For all of you guys watching Joe for Name, hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, was weird, take care, and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.